This episode, we're going to be talking about running backs. We'll be talking about our top running backs and
That's
some
pretty sick.
lower running backs that we think are draftable.
Okay.
So yeah, top 5 running backs.
I
Who's up first?
think
I'll
we
go
all...
first. I'll go first.
Okay.
Number 1, I've got Todd Gurley. Just got a big contract. He played exceptional last year and I think with Kyle Shanahan, that's the coach, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
that
what? Wait.
No, this is not Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle
It's-
Shanahan's 49ers.
the Niners.
It's Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. I think that Sean McVay really fits him well, and I think that he can pretty well replicate what he did last year.
Really? Because he was absurd
Yes.
last year. That would be tough to do. But, I mean...
Well, my number 1 is David Johnson. 2 years ago, David Johnson was the number 1 running back. Pretty sure. Almost positive. And he got injured and he got hurt for most of the year.
Week
but
1 he got hurt.
Yeah, his injury was just his wrist, and he's already back from his wrist. Nothing's wrong. I've seen him lift I've seen him lift weights with his wrist, and he's all right. I think David Johnson will be used a lot because they have Sam Bradford and a rookie quarterback, and I think they'll need help. So I think they'll use David Johnson rushing, and he is a great receiving back, and I think he'll be a good dump off if Josh Rosen comes in, or Sam, a 6'5", like 400-pound D lineman comes for Sam Bradford, and he knows he's gonna tear 2 ACLs if he gets hit, so he's just gonna throw it out, and he's just gonna hope David Johnson comes down with it. So that's why I think David Johnson's number 1. Eli, who's your number 1?
Wait, you said David Johnson?
Yeah, I said David Johnson because he's just
Okay.
really good.
Well, my number 1, he's a little fellow by the name of Ezekiel.
You're crazy.
Nah, I think it's pretty much, you can pretty much flip a coin for me between Elliott and Bell, just because of their offensive lines and their individual talent. Those are the 2 guys, though, that I would put at number 1.
Johnny, who's
Number 2, I have Le'Veon. I think that he and David Johnson were like kind of tied here. I'm just really high on Todd Gurley. I was really high on him the year he sucked as well, and so I'll probably be high on Todd Gurley this year. Draft him. He sucks. And then we go into next year. I'm like, oh, that guy sucks. Don't draft him. And then he's the best player of all time again. Is probably how it's going to work.
That's how it usually works, honestly.
Yeah. Because I took Todd Gurley number 1 or number 2 or something, and he was super bad. But yeah, I've got Le'Veon. I think that he's just really, really good, and he can catch. The only question is if Mike Tomlin might try to not give him the ball as much because he to tank his stock.
I have a question. Do you think anybody will trade for Le'Veon?
I think the Steelers are going to trade him.
Well, yeah, because if he's not going to resign.
Steelers could trade him.
Well, I'm saying mid-season, because they could get some stuff out from a contending team. And
No,
then,
I don't think he'll be traded. The only way I think that he'll be traded is if there's a major injury to Antonio Brown or Big Ben, which Big Ben isn't too far out of the question. But if they see that their season isn't going to end in a Super Bowl, then I could see them trading them. But I think that they are a win-now team, and Le'Veon gives them a good chance to win now.
Okay, you heard it here first. Le'Veon Bell's going to get traded.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
we're doing number 2, right? My number 2 is Ezekiel Elliott. I think Elliott, his rookie year, he did really well. And then his second year, he did well when he wasn't suspended. I think there were some games where he didn't do as well, but I think it's because he got suspended mid-season and kind of messed with them. And he was probably messing with a lot of legal situations. And I think the Cowboys' O-line is top in the league, and I think Ezekiel Elliott being able to run behind that line will I think there's a good chance that he hits 1,800, 1,900, 2,000 yards.
2,000?
I mean, he almost did his rookie year, and I think he's only got better.
I don't think 2,000
The
yards
O-line is not as good as it was.
total is out of the question, but
Yeah.
the biggest concern for me about Zeke is that teams will just load the box. And so I don't know. I don't necessarily think he would be neutralized by that, like he would have a bad year, but his yards per carry might be down a little bit, just for the simple fact that he's their clear number one option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my number 3 is Zeke. Pretty much everything you guys said. I agree.
My number 3 is Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon Bell is a really good runner and a really good pass catcher, and the Steelers always find ways to utilize him. So I think he'll get a lot of touches and touchdowns.
My number 3 is David Johnson. Injury is a little bit concerning. You look at, I don't know, just because coming back, he might be a little slow.
Yeah.
But
Slow in his wrist? Like taking handoffs?
No, I'm talking about his production.
Like his wrist productions?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 4...
My number 4 is DJ.
Okay. My number 4 is Todd Gurley.
Mine as well.
My number 5 is Melvin Gordon. Nobody's really talked about him. I know he gets a lot of touchdowns. Like a lot of touchdowns.
He's touchdown dependent for sure.
Yeah, which I like Melvin
My
Gordon.
number 5, just cutting you off like that, is Alvin Kamara. I think that with Mark Ingram being out, he might even have a chance to be even better than he was last year when he was the number 3 overall and Mark Ingram was number 6. Like, I think that they'll both be good, but especially with him being suspended for the first part of the year, he will be exceptional.
I like Alvin Kamara a lot. The only thing that worries me is him having a sophomore slump.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about you is how you make bad predictions.
Whenever I've made a bad prediction?
Do we need to listen to last year's? I'm sure you made some... I mean, we can hear whenever I rank Andrew Luck in the top 10 last year when he didn't play a snap. But...
You heard it first here. No facts needed.
All right, you guys ready for my number 5?
Yeah, I've been ready.
Yeah, it's going to be Kareem Hunt.
No, it's a controversial one. It's a deep cut.
Ooh.
It's Smokin' Joe. Joe Mixon.
What?
I am all in on Joe Mixon.
I don't know.
Okay, guys.
I think Joe Mixon is uber talented.
I agree.
Joe Mixon might be good, but I don't think anybody's going to take him in the first round, so don't.
Seriously?
I don't think
anybody?
I
think they're...
You're going to take him with the number 2 overall pick?
Well, no, but, I mean,
I think there's a chance, but all the running backs before him...
Let me just say this. I like Joe Mixon better than Kareem Hunt and Alvin Kamara.
Joe Mixon had 4 touchdowns last year with, 600 yards.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a
good prediction.
Pick, but...
Or good at all.
I'm going bold for number 5.
Balls to the walls, ladies.
Yeah, I think you have a clear top 4 in the running back position, and after that, it's a lot of similarity.
Yeah. I think this.
So I just decided to put him at number 5 because I think he can pay off.
So I'll go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Jordan Howard, and then Dalvin Cook. That's 10, right? Or do I need one more?
I think that's 10. I have Leonard Fournette.
If not, I'll give my 11th if I'm wrong and I don't know how to count. then I will go Devontae Freeman.
I have Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt, Jordan Howard, Devontae Freeman, Saquon Barkley.
All right, and I got Kareem Hunt, got Leonard Fournette, I got Saquon, and then I got Shady and Devontae Freeman. I don't know if that's 10 or 11, but I think that's 10. So.
Yeah. And then give us a like and maybe subscribe if you've had fun, if you laughed at one of our jokes. If you subscribe, it doesn't hurt anybody.
If you didn't like it, please, please, please let us know with a thumb down and a comment.
Or I would genuinely enjoy a detailed paragraph. in the comments.
Or you just
Yeah,
just
like,
view
it
it.
still helps
We
us,
just need
so we
views,
really don't
honestly.
mind.
Just
No
like
matter if you're calling us bad words and giving us a thumbs down, that still helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. So any feedback is positive.
I'm okay with the
And-
view. I'm okay with the view.
And
we don't
as
get
I've
any
said,
views, so
I'll say it again. If you're listening/watching this,
this has been No Facts Needed. Thank you.